Bambo okay Uwo. Good morning to you. Good morning to you, see Betty. Good morning. Good morning. I'm on a live program right now, so you can get through to me if you want to ask me a question. I'm here right now on 07908 628240. On 07908 628240. Good morning to you, my dear. But first and foremost, I want to show my appreciation to all those that came to my father's 88th birthday party, that came to the party on Saturday. I want to give God glory in your life. I want to show appreciation, and I want you to know that you're fantastic. You are fantastic. I want to say I love you, and I cannot love you less. Ẹ ṣé gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wá síbi ọjọ́ ìbí bàbá mi ní ọjọ́ Saturday 4th of August. I cannot love you guys less. I can't love you guys less. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wá, to all of you that came to the birthday party, the occasion, it was beautifully graced, and I thank God. I love you guys. When the video is out, we will see what happened. But I want to say thank you so much to all of you. How do I even want to start saying thank you? Could I start from head of the person that I want to start showing the recognition to? Let me start by saying I recognize you, Olu, Mrs. Yemisi Ayegbusi. Olu was fantastic. Olu, if I'm coming to this world again, I want to be a friend of your caliber. I want to be your younger sister. I want to relate to you. I want to know you more. Coming back to this world, I will still choose you again, Olu, as a bigger friend. You understand? When I'm coming back into this world again, I will pick you again. I'm coming. I will pick you again. Auntie Yemi, see Olu. You are fantastic. Auntie Yemi, you are fantastic. Olu pounded yam, Olu everything, Olu. I cannot love you enough, Auntie. You have proven yourself to be somebody that doesn't need anything from me, because God has given you everything you wanted in life. Olu. I want to say thank you to you, Olu. I want to appreciate you. I want to say you are fantastic. In fact, all the things that you deliver in my household, I don't think they can finish eating it this year anymore. Apart from the party one that we use, all the other things that they have taken to the house, I don't think they can finish it this year. The pounded yam, the peeled beans, the palm oil, I don't think they can finish it this year. Olu, you are fantastic. Thank you so much, Auntie Yemisi Ayegbusi. Thank you. I can't love you less. Now, moving on smoothly to the rest of you guys there individually. Yinka Makosko, Eku Aye Jije o. Benga Daniel, Bolanle, Eku Aye, Shadi Akerele, Oshikoya, all of you, Eku Aye Jije. On Saturday, I actually don't know how to express myself. I don't even think I've recovered from my hangover. Whether people say it's by drink you have hangover, I don't think it's only drink that makes you have hangover. I think when you are happy, you're full of joy. I think you definitely have hangover by running up and down. The body is tired. So it's another hangover entirely. But I cannot love you guys less. Dear Ojo, I salute your style of putting songs together. Paul, the photographer, the video man, I cannot salute you guys less. I love you, and I love your style of putting things together. Thank you so much to all of you. Thank you. If I have not mentioned names there, it's because there are too many names to remember on that day. There were people all over. Despite the fact that I tried to cut down the numbers of people that I would have in the party, because it's a Alakowe party, that kind of corporate party. But nevertheless, corporate party or no corporate party, we still have over 150 there. We have over 150 guests there. Despite the fact that okay, Yalaje number one to Ali's sister. Thank you so much, Yinka. Thank you, Yinka. Thank you. Abdul Oladimeji, thank you as well. Thank you. There are too many names to remember. Oshikoya, thank you. Bolanle, thank you. Shade, thank you. Thank you. Thank you to all of you. And to those who are following us on in prayer. Thank you. My father was very happy on Saturday. In fact, all those who thought they can challenge him on the dance floor, they got tired before him. My father, at the age of 88, see the dance through from the beginning to the end. And he's still standing there and still enjoying himself. So age is just a number. It depends on how you have taken your body. It depends on how you look after yourself. Age is only a number. And that is the reason why Secretary of State for the United Kingdom Home Department refused to accept age as an excuse for the reason to bring in your parents into the United Kingdom, other than looking for exceptional circumstances. It's one of the reasons why the Secretary of State for the Home Department in the United Kingdom refused to accept age as a reason why you should brought your parents into the United Kingdom, except if you can look for another way of saying exceptional circumstances. Age is not a sickness. Age is not a barrier. At the age of 88, my father took it from A to Z on that day. It was fantastic. Honestly, Yinka, Daddy danced well. Honestly, Yinka. Even everybody was calling me and say, what is going on here? I said, what do you mean? They say, Baba is still dancing. Baba Baba has not gone to sit down. I said, why must he sit down? The person is enjoying himself. Bola Oladun ni farore oniri ngbeson bi o se bi omo. My father appreciates you more than anything you can think of. You were the one taking care of his money on that day. You were excellent, excellent, excellent. Bola Oladun ni farore JP. Can't love you less. Farore, thank God that you came online. I cannot love you less. Bola Oladunni Farore, Eshe mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín. I really appreciate you. And my father asked me, who is that young lady that was helping you? That his skin look like your family's skin. I said, well, he doesn't have money as well, like us, to buy cream. So that's why. But he was fantastic. He was fantastic. He was a good one. In fact, I told him, I said, if you live long to have your 90 years on this planet, I will bring in a mighty person from Nigeria to come and sing for you in London. I have told him, I said, if you live to your 90 years, which is just a year plus, I'm going to get somebody in to come and sing. I will not give the name out here, but I will get him in to come and sing for my father, because it's my favorite musician. And I've always loved him when I was growing, and I'll continue to love that musician, So it was a very, very good day. It was a very, very good one. Auntie Shade Oduneye, I cannot love you less as well. I can't love all you guys less. I just names are just coming up, I can't remember every name, but they are just coming up. But Yinka eku aye jije o. Pe mi o, Yinka pe mi o. Pe mi o eku aye jije. It was really good. I really loved it. I have nothing to complain about. It was properly put together. The foods were fantastic. The caterers were very good. They did it very well. Everything went smoothly. But believe me, we throw away a lot of food. We threw food away because there was no place to put them. Even though I asked people to take food with them, a lot of people take food along. People didn't remember to take food. There were too many. So I was just giving it out because everybody that came no to Kumbo Lagbaye, the cleaners, the people that come to drop the round tables, the security, the this, the that, everybody is saying lawyer, lawyer, lawyer. So I am a mother to all. So I have to start giving out food, giving out food, giving out food, giving out food, giving out drinks, to just say that, yes, it can only be God. I cannot love you guys less. It was a good one. I love myself. Did you see the way I sold my clothes? I have 2 pockets there because I was fully ready to be putting money in my pockets. So the style, I have told the person that put 2 pockets, one side, so that I can be storing my dollars. Amen. Somebody's praying for me from inbox. Thank you. So thank you guys. Thank you. I am looking closely into the situation of the overstayers and an application to the Secretary of State in the United Kingdom. Overstayers with private life application in the United Kingdom. Overstayers with private life application in the United Kingdom. I wish him long life and good health in Jesus' name. Babs Koya, thank you, thank you, thank you. Ayina Adagba, you too will live long We will all live long. We will not die before our glory. We will not die before we reach our age. You know, we will continue to grow from strength to strength. I think 88 is quite a long time. That was about almost 9 decades on the same planet. I think it was very good. And people were saying, oh, he's so handsome. That's where you took your beauty from. Your slimming face, your everything. Where would I take it from? Any bini lanjo now. Any bini lanjo. Well, it was a good one. It was a good one. I had it. You don't know I can dance like that. I am a socialite when I want to do things. I am a socialite. Yes. I am a socialite. When I want to enjoy myself, I am a socialite. Believe me. I am a socialite. I've been they've been forcing me, dragging me along into the Abbas Akande Obesere Baba Tosibe on the 25th of August on Akara Carnival thing, because I've been secretly told that I am going to present some award on the day. So secretly, they have told me that I should make myself available at all costs at the Ankara Carnival. So I am going to be at Abbas Akande Obesere Baba Tosibe Ankara Carnival Day. They have supplied me my Ankara. They have given me my ticket. Bobby Promotion have supplied me everything, and they said they don't need my money. And ní tẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ara wa o lágbára Èdùmàrè Bobby a ò ní tẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ara wa gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń gbà tèmi a ò ní tẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ara wa o èmi náà ò ní tẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín. You understand? Abbas Akande Obesere Baba Tosibe. I'm going to be there. For the first time, I will be witnessing that kind of olorin in public, because I hate to go to a place where it's too crowded. I don't like crowded places. You know, when they say Sonia Wasiu Mbo Wakorin, Abbas Akande Obesere, all these kind of boys, I don't like going there because I am a corporate lawyer. So I remember become a lot of Mishubu. But I've been falsely told that I have to be there, so they'll get me my security to take care of me on the day, because I am going to present them some award on the day. So Bobby Promotion, Eku Ojulona Tokunbo Alagbaye, Numa Wani, Abbas Akande Obesere Carnival, Ankara Carnival on that day. I am going to be there. I am instructing my fashion designer straight away today to come and pick up my clothes tomorrow morning in the office, so that they can start it straight away, start putting it together. Oh yes. I have to be there if that's what it takes me to please Bobby and his wife. I have to be there. Bobby Promotion and his wife. Bobby Promotion and his wife, I cannot love you less, even though you came late. But àwọn èèyàn náà wọ ẹjọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run ẹ̀rù bà mí. Pounds làwọn èèyàn jíjú nọ́mbà yẹn. Díyà kan kó sápò orí pounds báyìí ojú ẹ̀ parọ̀ ni. Ojú díyà parọ̀ ni. Ojú ẹ̀ parọ̀ ni. Money is good. Ẹjọ́ torí Ọlọ́run. When you work tirelessly, you spend your money carefully, you spend your money with your brain. Money is good. I can't love you less. You understand? Benga, can't love you guys less. It was a good one. It was a good one. I love you. Thank you so much, Bobby Promotion and your wife, Jumi, my girl. I love you guys. Can't love you less. I'll be instructing my designer to come and pick up my clothes. One of them will come and get it. You know, I have almost 8 of them now. In the UK now, almost 8 designers I use different ones. So I'll be instructing one of them to come and take the clothes, go and design it for us. But ladies and gentlemen, let's quickly crack into the work of today and see exactly what is going on with regards to the overstayers in the United Kingdom and how to make an application to the Secretary of State for the Home Department in the UK. You see, the government is saying the Home Department, possibly I will use that one. That is the Home Office in the United Kingdom. They're saying that there are limited rights for those who have overstayed, are single, that haven't got wife, husband, children. So the rights are a bit limited, because once you overstayed your status, it becomes immensely difficult to regularize your status in the United Kingdom. But having said that, there are some loopholes. You know, when we pass law in this country, there are loopholes. You know, government will create a kind of an exceptional circumstances situation whereby you will be able to rely on that kind of situation and say, yes, I want to use this avenue to put in an application to the Secretary of State. Overstayers. Now, when we talk of overstayers, one thing government is saying is that if you have overstayed your status, it's going to be so difficult to find a means of regularizing your status, because in the first instance, the government is saying that you have stepped on their toes, you have stepped on the authority, you have stepped on the law, because by disregarding the law on the land, that's what makes you to stay behind without renewing your status. It actually means that you have stepped on the authority toes. Now, when we talk of stepping on authority toes, it means that you disregard the law on the planet, on the land, in the country. You disregard. You have no respect for the law. That's what they are saying. And as a result of that, the Secretary of State then, who is now the Prime Minister, is saying that I am not happy because you have disregarded the law. So I'm going to punish you back. But then at the same time, with our entourage at that time in the department saying that there should be a way out for them if they have been here for long. You know, how would you expect them to be taken back? Article 8 is not for family life alone. Listen carefully. You see, when you have been working in the United Kingdom for many years, 17, 18, 19 years, your Article 8 has kicked in straight away. So you have started your life. You can have Article 8 under private life, not necessarily family life. And the work you are doing is a strong attachment for you in the United Kingdom. Although the government might be saying that you are not allowed to work because you haven't got status. But believe me, there are some case laws that will back you up in the end when you get to that situation, because you have something to defend yourself and say, hold on a minute, I have a private life under Article 8 in the United Kingdom. I have worked with National Health Service in this department, in this country. I have cleaned, I have done this as a carer, I have done this as a cleaner, and I've been doing it for the last 18 years, 19 years. My life is now based in the United Kingdom. I don't have a home in Nigeria. I don't have anything in Nigeria. All I rely on is in the UK. Get letters from your friends and family to certify that. Get letters from your GP to certify that. Get letter from the landlords, every places you have lived. Call back your BT provider, your Sky provider, your TV license provider, every one of them. Call them back and say, listen, can I have my name on your record? Can you provide me this, and this to show that I have been paying bills? That is your Article 8. Article 8 will flash in, will kick in. Immediately you start building up years. Somebody who has lived almost 15, 17, 18 years in the United Kingdom, you cannot expect that person to be thrown out of the country as if they are nobody. We have accepted that they have disregarded the law from the one of stepping in without renewing the visa. But what are you doing that they were able to stay for the whole of 16, 17, 18 years in your present government without you being able to know about them, about their presence in the country? So since they have managed to clock that year, it's going to be very difficult for the Home Department to get rid of them from the United Kingdom. So basically, the law is saying that once you are coming to that set of years, you must be putting documents together. Your date of entry is very, very important. Your date of entry. If you don't have a date of entry, you're going to be having some headache with the government. But if you don't have a date of entry, nobody doesn't have a date of entry. Forget about that. I don't want to hear that. Everybody, whether you use somebody else's passport, whether you came in clandestinely, there is always a date of entry. And then since you're entering into the country, there is always something that you may have done in the country that has your name on official document. Anybody can give anybody letter. Don't forget about that. But that is not what we need at this stage. When we talk about private life and overstayers in the United Kingdom, you need something like the schools you have attended, the colleges you have gone, the voluntary work. At this period, voluntary work is quite important. The work you have done in the country is very important. You cannot be in Rome and not behave Romans. Please. You cannot be in Rome and not behave Romans. When you are in England, you are British, you have to behave Britishness. You have to behave Englishness. Let people know that you are in the United Kingdom. This is England, it's English. So it has to be different. And when people are saying that, we see, forget about it. You've been here for years. So this is where you belong to. And when you belong to a place, you must show that patronage. A lot of people are too tight in terms of releasing their guard and enjoying themselves and mingle with others in the country. How can you live in a place and not have a friend and not have friends? When I ask people that how long have you been in the country, they will say it, but they don't have any strong attachment. It doesn't make sense to me. You know? It doesn't make sense to me when somebody is in the country and be telling me that, oh, they haven't got attachment, I don't have letters, I don't have proof. If you don't have proof, then you're not getting status. Nobody's going to grant anybody by word of mouth. So we should start getting it right now. Nobody's going to grant anyone by word of mouth. So if you want to show that you've been in the UK for 20 years, for 19 years, for 18 years, that is your private life. Private life, spending that kind of years in one country is a long time. And I don't care about what anybody is thinking. That is a long time. So you must have documents. You must have places you have worked. You must have things that you have done in the country. Colleges, training, everything you've done. You must start putting documents together. Because if you don't have evidence, then there's nothing anybody can do to assist you. Evidence is very important. In anything you do, you need to put the document together. And when government is looking at it on paragraph 276 AD or your private life in conjunction with Article 8, in conjunction with Article 8, there was a case law that they wanted to take the person from the United Kingdom. And in that case law, the tribunal, which is the judge sitting in that case, basically decided and said, hold on a minute, to take this person away, we have to look at his length of residence in the United Kingdom and his criminality before we can decide that we are going to take him away. Now, there was no criminal record on his record. So you need to start thinking from that angle. No criminal record on his record. So it basically means that you cannot take him anyhow because he didn't step on the authority other than overstaying. And when they overstay, majority will say due to situation beyond their circumstances. When situation beyond circumstances could be in any form, it could be anything. So it's going to be difficult to say you just want to pull somebody out. Not only that, the judge sitting on that day in that case basically look at the work the person have done in the community, in the society, and it represents a lot of people, people in the diaspora. The kind of work he has done, he has helped a lot of disabled people who are less privileged. He has done a lot of voluntary work, and they were unpaid work, and there were evidence to that effect. And as a result of that, the judge said that no, he has a strong ties with United Kingdom. He has established himself, and there were letters from the people he has worked for. Various organizations, various community leaders, white, pink, yellow, they wrote letters for him to support his application. Even though the Secretary of State is saying, no, he's single, he hasn't got wife, there's no reason to keep him here, they have to remove him. But the judge sat on that day in that case, said, no, you cannot remove him. I'm going to allow this appeal because he has strong ties with the United Kingdom. So strong ties with the United Kingdom basically means what you have done, your achievement, people you have helped, places you have worked, is your strong ties. Strong ties with the United Kingdom in conjunction with Article 8 of private life. So Article 8 is not only in a family life cases you can establish it. But let me say one thing. People that want to use Article 8 while they are in Nigeria, in Ghana, are wasting time. How can you use Article 8 when you are overseas? Article 8 is for us in the country. Article 8 is not for you when you are in overseas country. So there is no way you can use Article 8 when you are outside. I'm on 07908 628240. 07908 628240. That's the number you will find me on. I can't love you less, Yinka. You understand? So it's on 07908 628240. 07908 628240. Article 8 on its own cannot be used. You have to use Article 8 in conjunction with other sections in the law. You have to use it with other paragraphs, other case law, precedents. But standing alone on its own is going to be very weak and it will collapse. Article 8 can collapse anytime if it's not standing with other paragraphs or sections in the law. In anywhere we want to use Article 8, it cannot stand alone. You got to use Article 8 to rely on something else. You know, without that, it's going to be so weak. So, ladies and gentlemen, when you look at paragraph 276 ADE, that's for private life. You got to be able to establish yourself carefully. Is contributing to Red Cross in the UK by paying direct debit every month for 6 years a voluntary workman? No. It is not a voluntary work. Red Cross, you go to where they are and work with them. Work, help them. Or shelter, or many what is it called, a voluntary organization to work for, so they're there, plenty of them. So adequate on its own cannot be used. You have to use it in line, you have to use it in line with what do we call paragraphs and sections. So in piecing it down, if you have been in the United Kingdom for that long years, as said by people, and you don't have evidence to corroborate your claim, corroborate is to support your claim, it basically means that you're not telling the truth. You're not telling the truth. And if you want to prove that you're telling the truth, then you have to establish evidence. You've got to have evidence to show how long you've been in the UK for. In fact, it's very, very difficult. And I always challenge my client that come before me and say, I want to make private life application. I don't have wife. I don't have husband. I always challenge them and say, how can you be in the country for 20 years and you don't have a man, you don't have a woman, you don't have anybody? It's not possible now. Let's look at it from that angle. It's not possible now. So when people come to me and say that they've been in the UK for this year, for that year, I basically don't believe them unless I see passport to corroborate. And can you imagine, if I don't believe, how do you expect Secretary of State to believe you? So
Hello,
you got to show it in the way that people will believe you by having evidence. If you don't have evidence, it's going to be difficult. Hello,
ma. Good morning, ma.
Morning to you. I'm on a program. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay, ma.
All
I
right.
just want to ask
Okay,
question.
proceed.
Well done for all you're doing, ma. God bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah. I just want to clarify something. When I made my first application, I was granted on the basis of the parents because I had a British child.
Okay.
But then I wasn't living with my partner at the same address.
Okay.
So when I renewed, I still renewed on 10-year visa that I was given. 10-year route, parents route or something. But when I was granted, the letter came on the partner's route. I was granted 10-year route, partner's route again. So I was confused, and I remember I asked my lawyer then that what does it mean? Does it mean I'm starting another 10 years? And he said no. But now another renewal is due.
You've done 2 applications now.
I've done 2.
So you have 2 more to go.
So I have 2 more to go.
Yeah.
So someone was telling me that because it was changed to partner's route when I did my second application, because as at then I was not living with my partner and all that, that I would need to, that they just started me again on 10 years. So I'm confused.
You changed to your partner.
They changed it. I didn't apply under the partner's route, but when it came, they changed it to partner's route for me. Because
your lawyer ticked the box of partner. Go and get the copy of your application and get and I stand corrected. Your lawyer mistakenly ticked the box.
For partner.
Yes, Home Office doesn't change anything for anybody. Do you change lawyer?
I did not change lawyer at that time, so it's the same lawyer that I used to.
That you used for the first one and the second one?
Yeah.
Whoever filled in the form mistakenly ticked.
Oh no. So does it mean that I'm starting a new 10 years?
No, you can't start new 10 years. Once you get your 2.5 years, 4 time, you're going in for your indefinite leave to remain, so don't worry about that.
Okay. So when I'm doing my renewal now, should I still do it on that 10-year route?
Yeah, that's what you're doing because they didn't ask for any conditions. Was there a condition to your status when you went in?
Condition as Alma.
Did they put anything there to say that they grant you on basis of this or that, apart from no recourse to public funds?
And they just said they grant on the basis of the partner's route, and like the standard letter that they will write.
I can tell you that your lawyer mistakenly took what is it called? The partner he mistakenly took it instead of taking the child. But it's fine if you're living with him and the kids are there as well. It makes no difference to my living, so it's fine.
Okay.
That shouldn't be a problem.
Okay, ma.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, dear. Thank you.
Bye, ma. Yeah, bye.
So like we were saying, Diola, how are you? Good morning. Thank you, my dear. I didn't remember to mention your name earlier on. Thank you. I hope you have recovered very well, Diola. I hope you have recovered very well. Thank you. The question from Winnie Negomo Mavodo. It said, if you're on a private life in the UK long route, can you invite your son from Africa? I think the word invite, yes, you can. The word invite, but you cannot have him or her to come and settle under you. I don't think 2.5 years will do the job. But you can invite him on a visa, providing there is evidence that he's going to return back. Because without strong evidence that he's going to return back, they're not going to grant him. Sahid Botolorun, good morning, ma. Can I ask you a quick question? I have a British passport for the past 7 years now. Can I apply for a British passport directly for the kids I have outside United Kingdom? Or do I need to get them resident visa first before I apply for their British passport? It actually depends on their age. Let's get that right. It depends on the age of those children before you can apply for a British passport for them directly. If they were born before your British passport, it might be a bit difficult. If they were born before your British passport, you might be having some headache. So I'd rather advise that you apply for them to enter, indefinite leave to enter as a child of a person who is present and settled in the UK. That is what you will need to do first. Because if you're applying directly and they were born before the British passport was issued, you might be having some issues not to get it right. And well, it's not going to be a lot of money to throw away, but you might be having some headache, you know. But at the end of the day, it's something that you have to consider. I think you should look at the rules carefully, you know, before you start going into the application itself. Okay, so who else again is asking question there? Your word, morning, my beloved mama team. Lawyer Lagbaye. Thank you. Thank you. Ma, I have an old woman who is about to be deported back to Nigeria. She has been in the country for almost 15 years working, no crime, but was reported to the immigration. She was then picked up and later released. She is finding it difficult at the moment. How can she go about it, ma? She's about to leave and at the same time she doesn't want to. What do you mean by she's about to leave? She's departing UK voluntarily. Is that what you are saying? She's departing United Kingdom voluntarily. She is departing United Kingdom voluntarily. Is that what you are saying? Yeah. If she's been caught working, that could cost her a lot of headache, you know. That could be that could cost her a lot of headache. But having said that, she can still escape it by writing to them and say, listen, you know, I have nothing to return to in my home country. I have been here for 15 years. You understand? But 15 years is a long time not to have a partner, not to have anybody in the United Kingdom. I have to be honest with you. It's quite a very long time. So, and as a result of that, it basically means that it's not going to be that easy to fight the battle. But having said that, if Home Office have decided to release her, it basically means that they don't want to deport her. They don't want to remove her, you know. So she should be asking them outside the rules to reconsider her so that she can remain in the United Kingdom. Because if she go home empty-handed 15 years without anything, then how is she going to manage over there? What has she gone? What has she put together to go back to in that country? So you have to look at it from that angle. You know, let's look at another question. What chance does a child born to a student in the UK have? What chance does a child born to the student in the United Kingdom have? When the child is 10 years, the child will be registered as a UK citizen, but until then, the child will continue to have the same status as the parents that were on a student status. the child will continue to have the same status with as the parent. Hello.
Hello, good morning, ma'am.
Morning to you.
Please, am I on to Mr. Bayo?
You are on to me, and I'm on a live Facebook at the moment.
Okay. Well, I just want to let you tell you I'm coming on Sunday from leave.
How can you come on Sunday?
So see you on Monday. No, I'll be there. I'll see you if I can see you on Monday.
Okay, all right, no problem. I'm in town.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I'll be in London on Sunday. Then on Monday morning, I'll be in your office now.
Have you booked appointment?
Yes, I book appointment. I've seen you before, ma.
Has office booked you now? Have they booked you for me to see you on next week Monday?
No, I haven't.
I think you need to do that so that you won't just. I think you should call them directly.
Okay, ma.
Yes,
Thank
please.
you.
Thank you, dear.
Yeah.
Right. Hi, ma'am. My name is Shahid Botolon. I was on 5 years residence permit when I have my first child, and now she's 9 years old, but the other are 5 years. The one that is 9 years need another 1 year to go. So I would suggest that you don't put in anything now and let that child clock 10 years and then apply for that child to become a UK citizen by way of registration. You know, by way of registration, you will apply for that child to become a UK citizen by way of registration. Adesoji Ologbenla, greetings. Please, what is the way out for a guy who has stayed in the UK for over 12 years from the age of 13 and who still has a challenge obtaining his immigration papers? In fact, all applications he put in were denied and is currently being detained, and threats to repatriate him are issued every day to him at the center. The young man is 25 years, and I wanted to just have an idea of what he can resort to. Okay, he's just literally above the 24 years age. You know, just literally narrowly. When he was 24, he's supposed to put in an application as under private life. You see, he's supposed to put in an application when he was 24 years old. That means half of his age. He must have spent half of his age in the United Kingdom. Now, age of 25, it basically means that he's just out. But you can still plead to the Secretary of State, put in an application under private life, and ask Secretary of State to look at it under paragraph 276. Plead to him. Plead. Pray to him and ask for his mercy. Paragraph 276 AD, please. Yeah. So you can go ahead. I'm on a live. I'm on a live program. Are you okay?
Good morning, ma'am.
I'm on a live program.
All right, I will call you later, ma'am.
Okay, all right. You know, so it's just literally outside by 1 year. So you can still make application and plead, because when a child came like that to UK and spent 12 years. At the age of 24 is when he's supposed to put in an application for half of his life in the UK, because there is a place for the young teenagers saying that if you have spent half of your life in the United Kingdom, you will be entitled to make application to the Secretary of State to remain on a private life application. 24 years, half of your life is 12 years, you know. So the 25 can still go in and go and plead and say, listen, it was an oversight. But if he has got dirty applications to the Secretary of State, perhaps they have lied in between all the applications that you have mentioned that he has put in so many papers and they have refused. It basically means that there were dirty applications in between. And if there were dirty applications in between those applications, it means that there is no trust anymore. So the relationship of trust is broken. And if it's broken, it's going to be difficult to amend. Relationship of trust, if it's broken, it's going to be difficult to put together. So I would suggest that if I were in that person's shoes, I think you should be taking an independent lawyer to read files first. You know, let an independent lawyer read your file and see how it is before moving on to the next stage of making application to the Secretary of State. But currently, I think definitely you will need to get somebody, independent lawyer of my status, to read your file separately, because without that, it's going to be difficult. Hello.
Hello, good morning, ma'am.
Morning to you. I'm on a live program. Are you aware?
Yes, I do, ma'am.
Okay, please go ahead.
Yes, please, I just want to ask you a question about British citizen.
Okay, please go ahead.
She's been with, the British citizen got married in UK, but
Okay.
the application was refused. So you now manage to go to maybe Ireland or any European Union. So how long can she stay there before both of them come back to UK, man?
6 months.
So after 6 months, they can come back.
Peacefully.
Okay, but she can travel back home within that 6 months without working back in UK. Maybe to come for 3 days and come back to Ireland.
Which home is he traveling back to?
I mean the British lady. Maybe she want to come to UK within 1-2 days to do something and come back to
Oh,
Ireland.
yeah, definitely. That is her town, of course, yes.
Okay, but
Yes.
she cannot work there.
She can work
Within that 6 months.
she cannot work in UK. Her NI must not read in the United Kingdom.
Within that 6 months, man.
No, her NI must not read in the UK. Her NI must be read in the European country where she's working for that
Okay,
6
but
months.
She cannot work while she is in Ireland. She don't need to work in England.
No, she cannot work in England. She must work in Ireland while exercising treaty right, because the whole idea is to exercise treaty right and be like a European person.
So after 6 months, they can come back home.
They can come back to United Kingdom. Yes.
All right, thank you very much, man.
Thank you, dear. Thank you. Hello? Thank you, Oluwaseyi. Yes. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Good morning.
Morning to you, dear.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, ma. Sorry, ma. I don't know. Are you in the program, ma?
Mo wà lórí program.
Yeah. Question, ma. Mo fẹ́ bi yín ní nǹkan ni, ma.
Go ahead quickly.
Yes, ma. Tí èèyàn bá mú ọmọ tó jẹ́ British wá sí, tó lọ́mọ tó jẹ́ British ní UK, and the boy is 16. But ó wá fẹ́ wá sí UK sí yìí pé òun fẹ́ stay permanently níbí. So kí ni a lè ṣe fún dájú ẹ̀ sá?
The child has British passport.
British passport lọ́mọ ni.
The father can make access before the child clock 18. What did you have as a status? What do you have?
You mean the child? The child. I'm not the mom.
You are not
My
the
brother. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ni ìyàwó wọn is British citizen, but àwọn ò gbé bí Nàìjíríà lọ wà. Ọmọ nìkan ló fẹ́ kó wá school níbí, but wọ́n wá wò pé wọn ò fẹ́ fi ọmọ yẹn lẹ̀. So dájú ẹ fẹ́ máa wá stay like 3 months kan tó padà lọ. Kọ́ńtà stay bẹ́ẹ̀.
ordinary visa.
No, wọ́n ordinary visa already, but wọ́n wá something then pé wọn ò fẹ́ kó lọ affect àwọn. So àwọn ohun ọ̀gá táwọn ilé ẹ̀ fún things kò ní bí báyìí.
Unless sorry about that, Georgina. Unless Georgina is not happy with you, you're saying it in Yoruba. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry, I'll be responding back. Don't worry.
Yes, I know. Because he wants to stay here permanently with the boy, but we'll still be going home. So what can he apply for?
Okay. Okay. In that situation, he will have to make application for access. That is 12 months visa. It's a 12 months visa. He will be making application 12 months access to a child in the UK. The child must have commenced education already in the United Kingdom. The father will now make a separate application to the entry clearance to have access to the child. But then, having said that, where is the mother? They're going to ask questions. If the mother is in Nigeria, the Secretary of State agents, which is entry clearance, they might be finding it difficult to say how come. Because if the mother have British passport, the father should be making application under the mom.
But because the mom is not resident here, we're thinking they might not grant it.
They will grant it. Both of them would come in together. They will grant it, as long as the salary met the threshold.
You mean the mom's salary?
Yes, or both of them.
To Nigeria.
So that's the thing. So why is the father looking for that way then? Why is the father coming in that method? Why can't they?
We were thinking of this parental.
Yeah, well, if he wants to do it, he needs to do it before the child is 18.
Okay. So maybe I'll come and see you in the office then.
No problem.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, dear. Thank you. My office number is 0208-309-8808 for those who are asking me. My office number is 0208-309-8808. I didn't have my iPad. So as a result of that, it looks as if I am stuck with my iPhone 10. So I am doing the recording through the iPhone 10 here. You know. Good morning, ma. I have a friend who was born in the UK, has a birth certificate, but went back to home country. She came back to the UK when she was 9 years old. How can she file for a British passport? Many times, ma. Depending on her age. She might be born in the United Kingdom, but what year was she born? So depending on her age, The age is very important. The date and the time of birth in the UK is very important. That will determine whether it's an automatic UK citizen or not. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, dear Carol. Good morning. I'm on a live program. Please go ahead.
European family member, and me invite you to South Africa. I'm studying South Africa. But I submit application here. Our officer can you approve me to submit, which is letters from school. Don't want that to be forged. Don't investigation. To go on investigation be 1 month. Our approve me, but I want to replace school or she mistake. We all have a document, but people will reapply again. On treaty document or visa letters or share anything.
Okay. So what is the what's the conclusion then? What's the conclusion?
Yeah, the conclusion is that all this tell him that you should go and reapply because they find out from the mistake is from school.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what to do. Maybe we have to come to you that maybe you can. There is any help.
You mean the mistake was from school or from where?
From school.
So what is the problem? Are they expelling him from school?
No, because the school give them the wrong information that maybe he's not attending the school, but everything is already. But my brother is attending the school, the college.
I didn't get that.
I mean, I'm a EU national, yeah?
Yes.
And my wife invite my brother from South Africa. And when the application was submitted, after 3 weeks, the visa officer called my brother that they've seen the application, but they've doubt that the letter that is submitted from school, the letter is forged. But they don't conclude, but they're going to do investigation about the letter.
I think you should arrange to see me. It's not something you should be discussing here.
Okay.
I think you should make arrangements if you want to get some advice further.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I will do that so that to come and see you. Maybe that is.
Thank you. For a better understanding. Thank you. You and they Alabi. Please, what can a guy of 35-year-old do? He has a fiancée who is born British, but the lady is having problem to have a baby. The application he did was refused, and he has stayed here for 14 years. There is another 6 years to go. If God has a way for him, if God have that way for him, it's got another 6 years to go on that private life. And during that period, they can still continue to try. It is only God that give babies. Nobody give baby. It's only God. So they can carry on trying. They can carry on trying. But he's got another 6 years on that private life to go. Because it's only 14 years in the UK. Has another 6 years to go. Hi. Hello.
Hello, good morning. Good morning, ma.
Morning to you, dear.
Yeah. I have a sister that she's a student and she's there for study, and her visa will expire in January. And this offer of saying that they can extend their visa. So it's like I had one of your program that you said that they can switch to so many things like a T2 or something like that, ma.
Yes, if there's an employment offer from a licensed, what is it called? A licensed employer. Because the employer, to employ foreign students, foreign student, the employer must have a license.
Okay.
Sponsorship license must be obtained from the Secretary of State.
Would like to have your WhatsApp number so that you can talk to you on WhatsApp so that you can register.
You think I am that easy to talk to on WhatsApp?
No, I know.
You have to tell the person to go and book appointment. Come and see me. Do you know how many people? Do you know how many numbers on my WhatsApp that are waiting for talk? I tell them to go and book appointment. Thousands.
Okay.
Yes, so it's so impossible. Before you drop your own, somebody else will have dropped again. So by the time you get there, your own probably be waiting for number 500. Oh yeah.
Okay, well, at this junction, what does she do with Asylum will expire in January?
Well, he needs to come and take advice. There are various options he needs to trade in. There are various options, but he needs to come and take advice. I cannot have them on top of my head as I am sitting now. But if visa is going to expire in January, then he should be serving. Yeah. He should be looking into various options now quickly.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. I will be with your secretary.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
The number to reach me on now is 07908 628240. 07908 628240. 07908 07908 628240. 07908 628240. That's the number to grab me on now. I have permanent residence and my son is here presently with visiting visa. Can I apply for settlement for him? That's not the right way to do it. Your son's supposed to come in or as a child of someone who is present and settled in the United Kingdom. You know, your child's supposed to come in under a different heading entirely. There is no way your child can come in under that heading, because if you make an application to the Secretary of State, they are going to be refused carelessly. Yeah, definitely they will refuse it if you don't put it in the right way. I'm on 07908 628240. Hello.
Hello. Good morning, ma.
Good morning to you.
Yes, ma. Thanks so much for your program. It's very interesting, and God will continue encouraging you, ma.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you.
Please, ma, I just want to ask one question, ma. If someone come here and he's already over 10 years, he has been here, he come as a dependent of a student, but maybe later on, the partner lied to her, and she's not on that student anymore. So she's now on asylum. She have granted 2.5 years. What can she do if the 2.5 years finish? Can she apply for a permanent to be granted as someone that used 10 years?
Has she always been lawful in the UK? If she's always been renewed continuously without a gap, then that is when she can rely on 10 years lawful residence. But if she has
Sorry, ma. She never renewed before. The first time she would do application, she applied as a asylum. After he have moved from the dependent, because the man lied to her that the paper is in our home office, but it's not. They have cancelled the application. They have cancelled when they want to renew as a student. They have cancelled it, but she never know. But on her own as a dependent, she now go and put another application in. So that application she put in, she was granted for 2.5 years for the asylum seeker.
So she's going to go in again and under renewal and go for another 2.5 years again.
So she can't fight for 10 years?
No, because she's never been lawful continuously.
Okay. Sorry, if like the children that she got for that man, they are 10 years now.
Were they born in the UK?
Yeah, they are 10 years now, yes.
Yeah, then she needs to make application and register them.
So does it mean that if the man is not with him anymore, can she stick doing her own alone?
Yes, now. Because there are children with her. She's got children. And the children were born in the UK, isn't it?
Yes, ma.
Yeah, so she can make application with the kids later on. And the best way forward now is to register the children. So the one that's clocked 10 years.
Okay.
Register that child. Get British passport for the child. If the father has British passport, the child is not supposed to be registered. The child is supposed to be a UK citizen.
No, the father is dependent of...
Okay. Hello?
Hello, good morning, ma.
Morning to you.
Are you still on my shot, ma?
I am.
All right, ma. May God bless the work of your hand, ma.
Amen.
I just want to ask a quick question for a guy. I think he's about 34 years old now. and he's been in the UK for 12 years. He's got a child, but he is not with the mother of the child, and the lady is not willing to help him with his papers. He do give the child, I think, about £100 every month. I think he pays it into the mother's account, but the lady is not willing at all to give the man any chances of having an application on the child. However, the child only has the child is only 6 years and only have these 2.5 years. You know, I don't know how they claim about it. So I don't know what he can do about that.
How old is the child?
The child is 6 years now.
And the child was born here.
Yes, the child was born here.
And none of the parents has settlement status, isn't it?
The child and the mother have this 10-year route.
So they have 2.5 years.
2.5 years.
So what do you want to know about it?
Can the guy make application on the basis of him having a child here?
If he's maintaining the child, he will be able to make an application with the support of the child mother. But if he just turn up overnight to just want to use the child as a venue to have status without having responsibility on the child, the application will not succeed.
He's paying in £100 for the child maintenance every month.
Yeah, but
sometimes he's doing very well in the child's school.
They can know him, but if they don't have good rapport together, the mother of that child may not support the application.
Yeah, she's not supporting. She doesn't want to have anything to do with the guy granting application or anything.
So.
Hello.
Tell him to take advice. Tell him to take advice.
All right, I'll have him to call you. Thank you.
Tell him to take advice.
Hello.
Hello.
They don't have good rapport.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Morning to you.
I have a question, please.
Okay.
I have a brother. He has got residence permit, European one, and eventually the 5 years expired. He actually put in application for indefinitely to remain, and it was refused. But while he went to the court, he decided to put in application under 2.5 years record based on the child that was British, and eventually was granted 2.5 years. So I just heard you on the phone now about someone that if someone is legally in this country for like 10 years, he can apply for indefinite leave to remain. Is that correct? So that means 5 years plus 2.5 years times 2 should have been 10 years legally in the country. Hello?
Say your question properly again. Put it together for me.
So the question is,
yes.
This person has got 5 years residence from European.
Yeah,
and,
but was there a gap before the next one?
It was actually in the court before he applied. So he was waiting for he applied, the refused, and he appealed. He was waiting for the appeal before he now applied for 2.5 years. So there was no gap per se, as in because he was waiting for the court, and it was granted immediately on 2.5 years. And he was still working at that time that he was refused.
I don't think I doubt it that they will take the 5 years residency with it. I doubt it if they will put it together with it. I doubt it. I doubt it because the person must have overstayed his or her status before he was granted that 5-year residence card. So which means that the person has never been lawfully consecutively in the UK apart from when he was granted the 5 years residence card. Bear it in mind, there is every possibility that he was granted when he had already run out of status. So Home Office will...
They usually give a letter that you can still work and so
it doesn't matter. I don't want to do the Home Office job, but I don't think it does matter. I don't think the person have continuous 10 years.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, dear. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Good morning, ma.
Morning to you.
Yeah, I just want to ask what they call this criminal case or whatever. So, if someone went to go and work in some place with another, in another person paper or in another person names. So they caught him. When they caught him, then he gave them the name he's using in that place. And no, they went to that side to come and steal. Then he called the police to report that so people came to come and steal in the side. Then the police came, they take his own information, then he give them the name of the paper he's using there. So they said they're really satisfied with what he gave them. Then they now took his fingerprint. After taking the fingerprint, so they adjourned the gate as you have to come so date for this thing. Then before the date, they sent a letter that the case has been withdrawn, that they are not interested in the case anymore. So if the person now wants to put in his own paper, is it going to be a criminal
It's
case
already it's recorded. It's recorded.
Going to be a criminal case against him?
Well, the police pull out, but it's going to be showing on the system that is has the case. So when it's making an application, you must always declare it.
Oh.
Yes.
Because he used another name and.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. But it will need to disclose it on the application. It is better to disclose than to disregard. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, hi.
Hi. May I be on to the solicitor, please?
I'm here. I'm on a live program.
Good morning, ma.
Good morning.
I just want to ask a question, ma.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, I live in Belfast, and I've been in UK for 16 years, and I'm an overstayer, and I've been working for a lot of charity during that time. I've managed to go to school here, I have an HND, and I use that to work for a lot of charity here in Belfast, a lot of charity organization where African to support them. So and I have 2 kids as well. So can I apply on a private life?
How long have you been in the UK for?
16.
16?
Yes.
It hasn't get to the 20 years, so you still need 4 years to go.
Okay,
But the kids, how old are the kids?
I have 5, and then the younger one is 1 month.
Nah, not yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Hello? Hello,
good morning, ma.
Morning
Good
to you.
ma.
Hi.
Mommy, please, ma, I just want to ask, if I want to do application with you, and I'm living far away, what can I do? Can you take it without coming down because I got 4 children, without coming down to London? Can you do that application like that?
Without you.
I want to renew 2.5 years, and I want to put 10 years and British for my child.
Yeah.
So can I just come down?
How far are you living? Because Scotland is far. Aberdeen, they do come. Peterborough,
yeah,
Stoke.
You know the situation is only me, and I got 4 kids, and I got
yes.
one of them got additional needs as well. So
That's going to be difficult to do the application without you sitting.
So if I explain myself and send you, maybe you can be on phone conversation and explain what I put on the grants made for. I've been granted before, and I want to renew, and I want to get application for my British child who wants to renew for 10 years.
Your first thing is to book appointment for online advice. So get the advice. Go and call my office, book appointment, and then we'll clarify things through your consultation time.
Okay.
So do consultation first, then I'll be able to clarify and tell you exactly what you will do.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you, dear.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
And I want to get application for my
Hello.
child.
Hello.
Yeah, hi there.
Hi, is that lawyer Tokumbo?
Yes.
Yeah, I want to ask a question. Hello.
Oh, hold on. Somebody is saying that can you apply for indefinite leave when you were granted 2.5 years twice? Yes, if you are granted under 5 years route, Of course, you can go in for ILR before the end of the 5th year. If you're granted under 5 years route, it basically means that you can go in for your ILR 28 days before that expire. So the answer to that question is yes. Yes. Hello, go ahead.
Hello, good morning, ma.
Morning, go ahead.
Kudos to the good job you are doing, ma.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to ask on behalf of my friend who came to UK just in 2 years ago anyway, and she was diagnosed of cancer, and she hasn't got any family, she hasn't got kids or husband or anything. How can she go about regularizing her status?
How long has she been in the UK for? How long?
About 2 years. And she's under chemo treatment now.
That's going to be difficult. Home Office has returned a dying person to Ghana before. Dying person. Home Office, they have returned her. And the person later died in Ghana. So, 2 years in the UK is quite short. And to be honest, it's going to be a difficult one. It's going to be a difficult one. It's going to be a difficult one. Article 3 of the European Convention on Human Rights could do some job there, but Article 3 on its own is not strong.
Okay.
Because the person is only 2 years in the UK, so it basically means, according to what they'll be thinking in their head, is that the person must have had that sickness before coming into the United Kingdom.
Yeah, it was when she got here that she was diagnosed of it.
But they diagnosed because they have good medical experts here. That's why it was discovered. There are a lot of people that have sickness in Nigeria that are still running up and down on the street because there is no medical expert to discover it for them. And a lot of people died in Nigeria because they were unable to have access to medical.
Okay. So there's nothing she can do now. How long?
It's going to be a bit difficult. It's going to be very difficult. I have to be honest with you. If you have a doctor or the consultant, you can speak to them whether they can give a letter and do a fee waiver for her to remain in the UK outside the rules. But believe me, 2 years is going to be hard. Because if they granted it here, if it's granted, it basically means that the door will be open for others to use. And that's what they call floodgate argument. Floodgate. So so it's going to be difficult.
Okay, if she get a letter from the doctor or the hospital, can she book appointment to come and see you?
Can she book appointment to come and see me?
I mean, if she get a letter from the
even if she get letters, she get everything. You see, 2 years is going to be difficult. So if she just want to put in an application for the sake of putting it in there, then that's fine. But I literally doubt it that it will be granted. The chances is very slim, about 5-10% chance.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you. Hello. Hello.
Hello, yes.
Carry the viewers along. That is what will make them happy. If you do it in Yoruba, please carry them along in English. Yes, please.
Okay, yeah, okay. What happened is I've been here. I'm going to be 10 years in October this year, and my family came to join me last year. About 6-7 months now, and we're pushing for asylum. They said the asylum is not unfunded. And I've been diagnosed having HIV, so I don't know what.
Say that again. Say that again.
I was diagnosed that I have HIV.
Okay.
After we applied for when we are doing our asylum process, when my family came in early this year, we applied for asylum. So and they said our story was not unfounded.
And you just came to the United Kingdom?
I came 2008. My family just joined me 6 months ago.
So you have been here 10 years, but the family just came in how many months ago?
6 months. But I came in, I'm giving it 10 years in October.
So who was the principal applicant for the asylum application? So you were the principal applicant.
Yes, ma'am.
What did you use for your asylum? What ground?
We didn't have a story from what the problem publication from Nigeria, so that's why I couldn't go back since 2008. My family has been running a from one place to the other, and they said that Nigeria is a very big country. We can move from southwest to east, or from east to another to the West 50 river to Africa, river in Nigeria. But I don't know what to do now.
So you have applied and you have refused?
Yeah, I've applied a refused, and when I went to my lawyer, it's all this legal aid lawyer, he was stated, what I'm trying to say is, the only thing they can do is judicial review, which I'm not, it's not to my own best interest, but I don't think I can win. So I'm thinking of what.
Asylum nowadays is going to be difficult because you just literally claim asylum while you've been in the UK for almost 8-9 years before you claim asylum. So that could be another reason why they refuse you. And you have to be directly affected on what method you have used. There are 5 grounds on asylum to use, 5 grounds. So you have to use one of them. But either of them that you may use, you have to show in your application that you are directly affected, not because it affects somebody that you know, and you now think that's the route for you to use. So asylum is not that easy anymore, especially from Nigeria, because the government is saying that there is no problem in Nigeria and it's peaceful. So why is people claiming asylum? Even those who are claiming through the gay route now, they've been having a bit of difficulties to get their case through to the Secretary of State, and we all know that you cannot openly say that you are gay in Nigeria. But the government is finding it difficult this time around to believe that Nigerian man will be a gay because they know they love women. So it's a difficult one.
So what answers can you give to me?
If you have claimed asylum and it's refused, the only thing you can do is to just appeal it, challenge it.
That's what I'm trying to do, but my lawyer is not ready to challenge it. What the lawyer tried to do was wrong.
Because he probably couldn't find any strong argument to use anymore, and you have wasted money.
No,
Did you use legal aid? Did you use legal aid? Because when you are claiming asylum, unless you have money to spare, it's always advisable to use legal aid. Okay. If you use legal aid, then he has a discretion to challenge it again, to go to court. He has responsibility, not even discretion. He has responsibility to challenge it. So I find it hard if he's having legal aid and he doesn't want to use the certificate. It's not his money, it's the government money. So he should continue using it.
So is it right for me if I want to change the lawyer and I give it?
Why would you change lawyer from where you are getting legal aid to private? Where do you get the money from? You'll be challenged. If you take your case from legal aid to private, you'll be challenged. And it's not cheap to use private lawyer on asylum. So I'd rather advise you to stick to the legal aid that you've got.
The only option was given is I can only file in for judicial review.
Well, he knows what he's doing, so that's why he gave you the option. And if you can we cannot
appeal. Instead of appeal, it was giving me judicial review.
If you are giving JR, then use it.
Okay.
Yeah, use it. Why not?
Okay.
Yeah. Hello? Hello? You see, I don't fancy situation when you have the opportunity to use legal aid and be using private lawyer and waste money. I don't fancy it. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, ma.
Yeah, please lower your device so that we can.
Yeah, I've put it up, ma.
Okay.
Yes, ma. Sorry, ma. Well done for what you are doing, ma. God continue to bless you, ma.
Thank you.
Please, I'm calling about this 7-year-old, ma. I have a child that is 7, will be 8 very soon, and I've already sent in an application, and they've replied back that I should go on appeal.
You have a 7-year-old child.
Yeah, he's going to be 8.
And you put in an application under that child.
Yes.
And it was refused.
Yes, and they gave me an appeal.
So has the case been heard in court?
No, they gave next year date.
Next year?
Yes.
So that allows you to have more time then, so that should be okay.
Okay. One thing I want to confirm for you, ma, is because the lawyer I'm using now, when I called them and they told me everything, so what they were telling me that they will have to hire another lawyer to go to the court. So I want to confirm that. Can I tell them I want to bring my own lawyer, and so I can come to you and you can be my lawyer?
If the person can't go to court, it means that they don't have the right of audience to come to court. So that is why they are taking on somebody who can go to court.
Okay, ma'am. Or can I request? Can I come to you and you can be my lawyer? Can you work that way?
It's up to you. If you're happy, why not come in? If you want to come, why?
Okay, so that means I'll just tell them I want to bring my own lawyer.
You can just get your file. Say that you want to have your file. And then what you are doing is transfer of file.
Okay. And please, can you take the case up, ma?
Yeah, of course. Section 117. Of course. I have no problem in that.
Okay. All right. Thank you, ma.
Thank you.
I will let you know when I talk to them.
That's not a problem. Thank you. Hello? Hello?
Hello, good morning, ma.
Good morning to you.
God bless you for the great job you're doing. Before I ask my question, I just want to let you know how helpful your advice has always been. I was watching your program a few weeks ago, and you were saying something about people that have 2.5 status and are sending their kids to Nigeria to school. And I have a friend that just sent a son to Nigeria, and her paper was to expire, I think, December. So when I saw the program, I called her. I invited her to watch. So she later watched the program, and I told her, this is what Maria Tokubo has said, and if your paper will be expiring in December, I would advise you to get your son back in the country and enroll him back in school, because according to you, he needs that letter from school. And the boy has just arrived last week, and they're trying to put him back in school. I'm just saying this because if I had not watched that program and I'm able to tell a friend, I'm sure the child will be in school by the time the paper expires, and when she wants to renew, she would have been refused based on that.
Exactly.
So I just want to say thank you, because sometimes we just watch and we don't really know how many people the program helps. It does help.
Thank
I want
you.
to say thank you.
Amen.
My question is, I just got my papers, I think, going 4 years now.
Okay.
5 years ago, a friend helped me to apply for my mom to visit. But then we were feeling the thing. You know, when they will ask, does she know any other person here in the country? We feel no. So now, that 5 years ago application was refused, and that was her fault, because my brother that was supposed to do the account and stuff lied to me that my mommy had over $1 million in her account, not knowing that the money that was in the account was even less than 5,000. She never told me. So based on that, the application was refused because there was not enough money in the account. That was one of the reasons why it was refused. So now I want to apply for her. And when I was going through, because now I asked them to send me everything that is sent for the application. So while I was going through it, I saw where they clicked that she doesn't know any other person. So I'm thinking, if I apply for her now as my mom,
But the application we did 5 years ago says she knows no one apart from that my friend that applied for her before. So is that not going to work against us? Like, okay, you've lied in the application you did before.
So previous application, you mentioned that she has no relative.
Yes, they asked her apart from the person doing the application for her, and does she know have any other contacts or know anybody in the UK?
And were you in the UK at that time?
Yes, I was, but I don't have status then.
Okay.
I didn't have status then, so because I was afraid that, you know, because you don't have status, if you go and put your name there, then they will know you are here and stuff like that. And I just missed her because I've been here in years, and when my friend said, you know, I can do this for you, I was just eager for her to come so I can see her. I didn't really like read properly to see what damages it will do for the future, you understand now? So now I've got my papers and I want to apply for her. But that clause, I read it and I know myself that, you know, that's what they can use to say, oh, where did you surface from when she's applied before and she said she knows no other person. So I don't know what to do, ma.
It's a difficult one. It's a difficult one because if you have put it on the application previously that there is no one in the UK for her apart from the person inviting, now with this now it's going to be a bit difficult to say you are now in the country. Temi Loluwa said that I know someone that just refused because of what you said. Temi Loluwa said I know someone that just been refused.
Even me, I'm no lawyer, but you know.
They said she lied in the past. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Because I've been listening to your program a long time, so I'm always very like I look out. So when they sent it to me and I was looking at everything that they filled, and I saw that, I said, oh my God, this is not good. Oh, just
it's a serious one.
Can I come and see you?
Yeah, but come, but let's have a look at the previous application and see how we can ask for wisdom to put it together.
I'll print them out and I'll book an appointment to come and see you.
Okay, no worries.
All right, thank you, ma. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Somebody's asking for my number. I'm on 07908 628240. 07908 628240. Ma, God bless you. My friend is a single mom. She's 29 years old and her daughter 9 years old are presently in London on a 6-month visa, but they don't want to go back. What do you advise? I won't advise them to stay because they might be having problem to regularize their status. They came in on a visit visa. They gave them visa They gave them visa with the hope that they are going to return back. So that is what they call relationship of trust. They trust them that they will return back, 6 months visa. So if they stay behind, then they jeopardize their chance, but Home Office will not grant it. Home Office will not give them anything if they stay behind. You know. Hello?
Hello, ma.
Yeah, hi.
Sorry, ma, my number is Eden. I'm calling from work. So I'm using my work phone.
Okay, all right.
Okay. Please, there's just a question I want to ask, ma. I have this so-called visa, not the 2.5 years, for mother of a British child. And I've collected it twice, and I'm about to renew another one. But the issue there is, I have, after that my child, I have another daughter for the same man as she has a British passport as well. So I just want to ask that if I want to apply for the third one, do I need to include my second child? Or there's no need.
The second child, has he got British passport?
No, she's got a British passport.
You don't need to include anyone that got British passport. You just use them.
Pardon?
You will only use them as your backup, you know, but you're not applying for them.
No, I'm not applying
but
for them. But
you will mention you have to use his passport and the birth certificate as kind of a form that you have a child in the UK. So yes, you will use. You will use.
What I'm saying is, my first one, I've collected the visa twice. The 2.5 twice, because my first son has a British passport as well. So I use my first son to do the soul carer. But I have another child now who is just 2 years old for the same dad.
There's no problem.
So do I need to involve the second child, or I should just keep to the first one I've been using?
It doesn't matter if you involve. I won't teach you to lie.
Okay, so I can involve the second.
Yeah, so the more you involve more British, the stronger the application becomes. That's your article that you are building.
Another thing, because when they gave me the second one, they wrote there that I'm owing NHS. But so I'm scared because if they will refuse because of it this third time.
You have to be paying them. If you are owing NHS, you have to show sign that you are paying them back.
I remember I've been to where I had my son, but they said they don't have any traces. That's the problem.
Put in an application and see what Home Office will come back to say.
Okay.
Go in for your renewal and then see what they will say to you.
Because I want to travel, so I'm thinking of doing the 1-day service.
There's no availability at the moment. Have you checked?
Yeah, I checked. I saw some dates in August, but I'm thinking, so I'm just scared. Like, I don't know if they will refer back to the NHS fee or not.
I don't know about that. That's the Home Office mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. I should include my little girl's passport as well.
I would suggest so.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello, ma.
Good morning. Yeah. Hello.
Good morning, ma.
Morning to you.
Yes, ma'am. God bless you for this wonderful program. God will continue to increase your wisdom.
Thank you.
My name is Fumilola. I came to this country like 14 years ago under forceful marriage.
Hello. Hello. That person was cut off. You that you are using WhatsApp, you'll be cut off by those who are calling in. So go and use the number directly since you are in the UK. You that you are using WhatsApp, you'll be stopped in between. So it's going to be wasting my time to start conversation. The moment those ones with direct line call, they will stop you. Anyway, let me take questions from those who are online. They are important as well. Good day, ma. Please, I'd like to know if the father of a British citizen living in Nigeria can apply for access to a child in the UK. He was removed from the UK 10 years ago and spouse is still on 3 years discretionary leave. If he was removed, if he was removed 10 years ago, he needs to make an application for that to be cleared first before he can make an application to have access. They will refuse him. They will refuse him unless that removal thing is cleared. Hi.
Sorry, ma'am. I'm the woman that called. My line went off.
Okay.
So I came to this country under forceful marriage. So because I was young then, and they had to increase my age by almost 15 to 20 years, my passport has always been saying 1965, and I was actually born in 1980. Now I've got this 2.5 years, and I've had it 2 times. I'm using the second one now. I'm no longer with that person. I ran away long time ago. But my fear now is that they will always be saying it's not possible. I can't change my age. Then I decided that since this program is on, let me just find out, is this something that is possible? Because it's really affecting me. If I want to do mortgage, they are looking at that age, and it's not my age. So I'm just...
You see, the problem is that you can have 50 names, but you cannot have 2 dates of birth.
Wow.
So it's a big dilemma. It's a big dilemma. Bear it in mind. Home Office have granted you under your age that you told them that it was your age. If you now turn right now and want to correct that age, you're going to be in trouble with them.
Okay. So I have to continue to be...
Thank you
very much for this, ma'am. God bless you, ma'am.
Okay. Hello.
Hello, mommy. Good morning.
Morning to you, dear.
Yes, ma'am. Please, ma'am, I just want to ask for one of my brother. He has been here for 13 years ago, but he doesn't have anything. He's working, he's paying NHS, he's renting, he's doing everything on his name, but but he doesn't have. So he just needs an idea of what he can put it on.
He's been here for how many years?
30 years ago.
And he's single.
He's single now, yes.
Yeah, he cannot do anything yet because he still have another 7 years to go on that private life.
He has more 7 years.
More years to go before he can make application. Yeah?
So you don't have any, if you come and see, you don't have anything you can do, ma?
I've just said it now.
Okay, ma, thank you so much.
If you are in the country and you haven't registered to have a lawyer, then you can come to me and come and have me as your lawyer. Come and register in my office and have me as your lawyer. Then we take it on from there. So you don't have to be paying all the time for consultation when you want to take opinion or advice on as to what to do next, you know. Say Milolua. Okay, hello.
Hello, ma. Good morning, ma.
Good morning.
Yes, ma. Yeah, I have 2.5 before, and it expired, and my lawyer put in another document in the Home Office for derivative leave to remain, because I have a British son. But on getting, they gave me 5 years. I have a disabled child, which I did claim a disability allowance. I have 4 kids. But the H&M, they cut down my tax credit based on the derivative leave to remain. And my lawyer is now advising me that we should put in another application for 2.5 years. And my problem is now that, okay, I want to put in another application for 2.5. I have 2.5 before, which has expired. We they count together if I put in another 2.5 now. No, my fear
You
is
have
that
you were on 5 years on derivative. If you were given derivative before, it basically means you're on 5 years. So if you want to change from that to immigration one, then you will be applying under 2.5 years route. So you'll be coming under 2.5 years. So that's going to be. I don't know whether Home Office will discretionarily put you on 5 years. I don't know. That's up to them. I don't want to.
Because I have 2.5 before. That one runs.
What did they say to you when you had the first 2.5 years? Did they say?
Everything based on my 7 years route.
Did they say 10 years route?
They didn't say anything. They just gave me based on my child. My child was 7 years then. They gave me 2.5, and when that one run off, my lawyer advised me to put in another document because it's cheaper. But when I got the 5 years now, and I couldn't collect anything for my family, they've called them all my benefits. And the lawyer is advising me now to put in another 2.5. So my problem is that after taking this 2.5, if I put in 2.5 now, if they give me 2.5, will it count with the 2.5 that I had before? Yeah, the 2.5 now will be part of the 2.5 you have heard previously. But the 5 years is what I cannot guarantee you on. The one you heard, the previous 5 years derivative, I cannot say. They just gave me that like 6 months ago. 6 months. Which one? The 5 years? Yeah, the derivative leave. But so you were on 2.5 years before you changed to 5 years? Yes. The 5 years cannot lead to indefinite leave to remain. You should bear that in mind. Yes. So which means you have to return back again. So to family rules. Yes. Okay. So what do I need? Do I need to put in another document again, or do my lawyer need to write letter to them? Do I need to put another document together again to them? Yeah, you have to make another application back to them. Okay, ma. But thank you, ma. Because if you don't change from derivative, it won't lead you to indefinite. It has fucked me up bigly. My tax credit is cut, my housing, everything has been cut. You didn't tell us to squeeze your French. do you say?
You didn't tell us to squeeze your French when you are telling us that English. Did you use the English? Did you hear the English you just used?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, ma. I'm sorry, ma.
That's
so
fine.
I don't know what to do now because I have no money, because I have kids. I have
It
no
shouldn't
money
have advised you to change to derivative. You should have just left it on the parent route so that you can ask them to remove the no recourse to public funds.
No. Before I have recourse to public fund.
So you have access before. So why do you change?
It was, we were discussing about the money to put in an application that is too much.
Yeah.
So that's why he asked me that, okay, there is another rule that is...
You shouldn't have listened. You shouldn't, because it's not going to lead you to anywhere. So it's like front to back again, front to back.
Yeah, it's like going back again.
You shouldn't have.
But he has advised me now that if I can see, because they're giving me some food vouchers for so if I can bring some letter from those people, that they're going to do fee waiver for me. Is that possible?
Yeah, you can do fee waiver if you want to move, but you have to show that you're getting support from the social services.
I'm not getting any support from the
then
social
you have
services.
to show your salary that is very low, minimal.
Low.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm still collecting carers and disability allowance for my daughter.
So you should be able to qualify. You should be able to get it.
Okay, so I should just give them the disability and the carers allowance for my daughter. I should just give them that.
Yes. Do that.
Okay, ma.
Okay.
Thank you, ma. God bless you, ma.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye.
Yes, ma. Bye.
Hello, I intentionally left the hours today till 12 o'clock for you guys, just to make sure that I pay this community back, because I wasn't on Friday, Saturday. I was not on Monday either. So that's why I leave this time for you guys to call and get all the advice you wanted now. Once
God will bless you for that, man.
Amen. Thank you, dear. So once I leave power line, I'm not going to give advice on the mobile.
Don't leave yet. Let me ask my question.
Unless you book appointment. Good morning. What's your question?
My name is Tope. I have 2.5 years. Is the second one running? No recourse to public fund. Next is going to run out next year. I don't know, ma. I will definitely come to you. Is there a way you can help me put the third application so that I can have recourse to public fund? But I hope you will not ask for my salary, because my salary is about £40,000 a year. Anyway.
Then what do you need no recourse to be removed? Why do you need it to be removed? If your salary is about 40K, they will not remove it on this planet. So why wasting time? Though you will pay me, to do the application separately to remove it for you, but they will not remove it. Your salary is around 40K.
Yes.
They're not going to remove it now.
I'm thinking because I'm a single mother.
No, they're not going to remove it. Forget it. 40,000.
Well, if I take out all my expenses, I'm left with about, if my rent is 1.3, council tax, everything, expenses is running to like 2,000 a year.
They won't remove it. I have to be honest with you. If they remove it for you on 40,000, then that means the floodgate.
Would they ask how much I earn, ma?
They will know. Actually, you have to provide your 6 months bank statement. Ashiri too, exactly.
God bless you.
I'm your leader. Thank you, dear. Bye. Hello.
Hi, hello.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Okay. I would like to ask a question because I'm actually watching the program.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, I want to know. I came here 2011.
Okay.
So I was granted 2.5 years under discretionary leave, and then I was granted another 2.5 years. So my 2.5 years going to run out next month on the 23rd of September. So the first lady that I put in my document to renew my second pay, so she told me, and I just paid her, and she did the renewal for me. So now, when I try to contact her, she doesn't work with the law firm anymore. So there's a new lady I got connected to through my cousin, because my cousin and myself had the same status.
But when she went to her, she was granted indefinite leave to remain. So when I contacted the woman and spoke to her, she told me that I'm not allowed or indefinite leave because I only have 2.5 years. 2.5 years is supposed to be full time before I can grant indefinite leave.
You have 2.5 years.
Yeah, first year.
The first one.
My application was never refused, nothing.
So, are you saying that you've sent in for the second term?
Yeah, I did for the second time, so it's going to run out on the 23rd of September next month.
Have you applied for your extension?
No, because I'm actually out of the country, but I rang the lawyer and she told me I should go to see her because my cousin told me she got indefinite leave to remain in the country. So I bought a DVD to study the program life in the UK because of the same indefinite leave. But when I contacted the lawyer and spoke to her, she told me I'm not allowed indefinite leave in the country, so I wanted to know how it works. I never watched your program, but just this morning I was sleeping and then I popped on Facebook and everything came out like, oh my God. So yeah, I'm so grateful, I'm so excited.
Thank you. You see, the situation here is, if you have 2.5 years, you need to apply for another 2.5 years, not indefinite leave to remain. Because
I got 2.5 years twice. So I got the first one, it finished, and this is the second one.
Okay, so the third one, you're supposed to go in for third one, or were you a student when you were granted?
No, I just came straight and I claimed asylum. So after 30 months, I got granted discretional leave 2.5 years.
Were you on a student visa when you came in?
No, I was on a visit visa.
What were you on?
A visit visa.
Just a visit or tourist visa, yeah?
Yes.
Wow. Because if you're on a tourist visa and they gave you 2.5 years, I don't think your friend is right to tell you that you are going to go for indefinite leave to remain. I think you were on a 10 years route. So if you go and check your documents and look at the type of status you were granted, whether it's on 5 years route or on 10 years. If you are granted on 5-year route, it means you can apply for your indefinite leave to remain now. Do the English test.
It was in 2012 when I got the 2.5 years. And then the 2.5 years run out, and then I applied for another 2.5 years. So altogether it's like 5 years. So the 5 years finish September 23rd.
So you've had two term.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, 2 times. Yeah.
Yeah. So you should be applying for the third one, but go and check your letter first. Check your letter and see what it says.
It doesn't say on the letter that I got. They only said I was, for the second term, they only said I was granted discretional leave for 2.5 years. I'm allowed to work and do whatever, like people with British passports.
Were you on asylum before? Are you an asylum seeker?
Yes, I'm an asylum seeker.
Thank you, Stella. Yeah, so you claim asylum and the asylum was not accepted, so you were given 2.5 years.
It was accepted. I never went to court. I was never refused.
So they grant you?
Yeah, they grant me straight away after
But did they give you 5 years? Were you granted 5 years?
No, I wasn't granted 5 years.
So they gave you 2.5 years?
Yes.
So your asylum was never accepted?
They didn't say in a letter.
No. If your asylum is accepted, you'll be given 5 years. Your asylum was never accepted, and that's why they gave you 2.5 years discretionary leave. So it was never.
I thought normally they would put in the letter that you then refuse or something.
It was never accepted. That's the problem. They only gave you 2.5 years outside rules, which means that they exercise their discretion to give you. Because I don't have your letter here, I've not read it, so I cannot give you further advice. Because I don't want to give wrong advice here. So if you were given 2.5 years, the letter is supposed to say you are on a 120 months or you are on a 60 months. Either way.
Okay.
Yeah, it's either 60 months or 120 months. The letter is supposed to mention it.
Okay. So what I can do, because I'm returning to England next week,
I don't know how can I find your address online, and then I won't mind coming to find you immediately I get there, and I can put my lawyer appointment on hold because she booked me in for the 14th next week Monday to see her, but I can just tell her I want to extend it to the following Monday. So go and see her, then I can come over to see you and bring all the documents so you can look at them before I go to her.
Just say hi on WhatsApp now. Go on the WhatsApp and say hello. That please send me your address.
With,
and then
with this number, right?
Yeah, that's your number. With this number, yeah, with this number now.
Yes, please.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Just ask for the
Thank you
address,
so
then
much.
I will send it to you.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, dear. Thank you. Somebody say I should explain the difference between 5 years and 10 years route. Somebody is asking, another person is saying, what time can you be saying? My office is on 0208-309-8808. Call office, get appointment. They will tell you when to see me. Just phone office, get appointment, then you will know when to see me. Once you've been given appointment, then it means that you'll be able to see me. So phone office on 0208, Duchess T. 0208-309-8808. I want to see you in person, and yeah, that's fine. You will see me. Let me look at the person that wants me to explain the difference between differentiate on 5 and 10 years route map for parenting British child. The 5 years is when you have a student visa and you apply under your child. The 5 years is when you have a leave that you have never overstayed. The 10-year parent route is when you have overstayed, so you don't have anything at all and you were granted outside the rules. So that is just it. The 5 years is when you have student visa, e.g., and you were granted 5 years, under 5 years route. The 10 years when you don't have anything and you were given under 10 years route. Hello? Yeah, hi.
Ma.
Yeah, hello, dear.
Good morning, ma.
Yeah, good morning.
I appreciate, ma.
Thank you.
Hello, ma. Ma.
Thank you.
I just want to ask, ma.
Please go ahead.
My husband is in UK for the past 18 years.
18 years.
I just started coming to UK in 2015. I came for visiting 2015. I came for visiting 2016. So in 2017, I came as a visiting on my 2 years visa with my children. Then with my 2 children, the first one is above age, so he's in university, so he has to go back. But little one decided that he's not going back. And his visa is on my own visa because he's 13 years old. He put his visa on my own visa. So he said he's not going back. He decided not to go. He said he's not going back. So we have to wait. My visa is expiring tomorrow, which is August 8th. But our own has expired in March because they gave them 6 months. So our own has expired in March. But I put him in the school. He's now in school. But I want to know, maybe I can fight for because he's underage. I don't know what I can do now. That's why I want to ask ma.
You can't fight for her. The fact that she's underage, you cannot. Do you have a status?
No.
You are on a student, you are on a visit visa.
Yes, ma.
Exactly. So it makes things difficult. The father that's been in the UK for 18 years hasn't got anything until when he's 20 years. Isn't it?
Yes, ma. It's now 13 years. 14. It's 14 today.
Ooh. The father is 18 years in the country. He's got 2 more years to go. That's what I'm saying.
No, he's 14 years today. 14.
In the UK, not 18.
Not 18, to 14.
That's another 6 years to go. And the child that you let stay behind, the child hasn't got anything to do. The child will have to run the years through before she can get status. Yeah. So it is not a good advice for anyone to come in on a visit visa to be staying behind because the child says he doesn't want to go back. and you kept the child here. The child hasn't got status to go to British school in the UK. The child is a visitor in the United Kingdom. So of course the child do not have right to access British education in the UK because it's only in as a visitor.
Okay. So there's nothing I can do now?
At all, absolutely nothing. And even you yourself, if I were you, I will return back. I won't let my visa run out because they will use it against you next time.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. The thing is, coming to United Kingdom on a visit visa does not give you any right to access British education in the United Kingdom. So for the purpose of those who are coming in, if you know you have your money, what you should be doing is to obtain a form to go into private school. Send the children to private school because there is no right unless the legal guardian is taking full control of it. And if the legal guardian is taking control, isn't it a parent that brought the child to United Kingdom in the first instance? So it's going to be very difficult. So you got to really do things properly. I'm afraid so. I have to be frank with you guys now. I really need to be frank with you guys. You know, I need to be frank with you guys. A child coming into United Kingdom on a visit visa does not have right to have access to British education because it's not a British child and it's not settled and it's not living in the UK. It's only on a holiday to visit his relative or a relative or family or whatever in the United Kingdom. As such, that child should be taken back immediately upon completion of our holiday. It shouldn't stay behind. So I disagree with anyone that is dumping kids into the United Kingdom. It's not a dumping ground. I absolutely disagree with you because you are suffering those children. Once you left those children, the people you are living them with, they start collecting benefits on them and they never look after those children. So I think I disagree with every parent bringing their kids on a visit visa to dump them in United Kingdom. I disagree with you. It is not a better way of taking care of kids. When you are looking for a better education for kids, you should find money to put them in a school that they will have access so that they can have a visa from the government. In that case, the insurance will cover them if anything happens. So it's really not good for those kids that you are dumping and then you go back. And then you dump them with somebody to take care of them. The person will not take care of them properly. There are so many incidents in the United Kingdom. Lately, one Alhaji from Nigeria brought a child to me that his relative beat that child mercilessly because the child would not wash a plate. And why would the child wash plates when the child is supposed to run to school at that time? In England, and you just take a cane and you are beating that child. It's not fair on the child. A child is a child. And a child will always behave like a child all the time. So I disagree with any of you having kids in your house that is not your own, and you are beating them and you are treating them as if they were not born from a woman's womb. I disagree with you. You don't do a favor that you don't have power to do. Okay, so don't collect kids from the parents anymore. When they bring their kids, tell them to take it back. Tell them to take their children back when they are going on holiday, when they are returning back to their country. Britain is not a dumping ground, so don't put your head out. And if you have kids that is not yours in your house, you're supposed to be notifying your local social worker. Social services needs to be aware. Otherwise, you'll be charged. You will be charged. Believe me. A lot of people will go to prison on this thing now. Watch out, because the Home Office is taking it very serious this time around. And I actually agree with them. I actually agree with the Home Office the way they are taking it very serious now, because that's what they call omodo, child slavery. Beating somebody else's kid mercilessly is so wrong, and it's very annoying. That is out of wickedness, you know. So you cannot be doing that. If it's not your child, don't take the child from the owner. Tell them to take their kids back. They came on holiday. They obtained visa to come on holiday. So I am saying categorically, ask them to take the kids back. Don't take the kids away from them, because it's not worth it. And to all of you that you are helping your friend to claim child benefit, it's totally wrong. It's breach of law. And you will go to prison for it as well if you find out. If the government find out in the end that you are claiming child benefit for somebody who's not for another child that is not your one, and the child doesn't have status and the parent doesn't have status, you don't have right to claim child benefit. If anything go wrong, you will go to prison for it. The law is now changing, and it has changed since, you know. So there is no need for anyone to claim child benefit on a child that is not in your household, that is not your one. There's no need, there's no English written that I am helping. You're not supposed to help anybody to collect a child benefit. Child benefit is for your child that is under your household, and that child must have a British status or settlement status with no recourse to public funds. If the child has 2.5 years, they are not having access to public funds. That child benefit has now been tested as a public fund, so it's not automatic anymore. Unlike before, when they give it to kids, both parents must have a status or the other one of them, either way. But apart from that, it is not encouraging to be collecting child benefit for somebody else's child that is not yours. It's totally wrong, and it's out of law. It's completely nonsense. So please, if anyone is doing it, can you stop it? Hello?
Hello, good morning, ma.
Good morning to you.
Ma, I just want to find out, ma. I am on 2.5 years visa right now.
Okay.
And I'm due for the second one next year, May.
Okay.
And I want to find out, my current salary is £27,000 a year. I'm a mother of 2, and I don't have recourse to public fund. I had to work extra just for me to meet up that 27,000 because of the household income. Is it possible for me to, when I want to put in my next application, can I apply for them to take up the no cost to Republic Fund?
But you cannot do them together. They are separate. You need to renew first before you ask them to remove it.
Is it possible? Do you think my salary gap, do you think I can still meet up the requirements for that?
I actually doubt it, because if you don't do overtime and you leave it on normal salary that you are earning and then state all your expenses, they will look at it and grade you.
I'm on 0-hour contract. That's why I said I'm really working hard. 0-hour contract, that's what I am on. The level I'm working, that's why
if you want them to remove the no recourse to public funds, you need to show 6 months bank statement.
Okay.
Yeah. You need to approve your 6 months bank statement. Other than that, I don't think you should have any problem.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, dear. Yeah, bye. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I have had a good time with you guys today. I have to go into my day job now. I've got to go now. Hello?
Oh, sorry, is that Lawyer Tokumbo?
Yes, I am.
I thought you were on live radio.
I am on live now, and I'm leaving now.
Oh, okay, sorry. Hi, good morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, good morning. Lawyer, I came here in 2011 and on a visitor's visa. And I've stayed for like 7 years now. I've schooled, so I'm yet to finish my education. And I don't know if I can make any application.
On a student visa?
No, on a visitor's visa.
Mm-hmm.
No, visitor's visa.
Yeah, so you want to know what?
If I can make any application based on the fact that I finished my education and I want to.
There is no kind of application you can put in if you are overstayer and you're single and you've only spent 7 years in the UK. There is nothing out there that you can rely on.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. I wanted to come and see if there's no, there's no point.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. Thank you, lawyer.
Yeah, thank you, dear. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid I've got to leave now. Book appointments to my office on 0208 309 8808. 0208 309 8808. Ladies and gentlemen, please, I've got to go now. Call for appointment on 0208 309 8808. You know, I've got to go now. I really got to go now. Esther said she will come in the evening. That's fine. I'm available for anybody that wants to have me in the evening outside work talk. If it's personal talk, that's fine. If it's personal talk, that is fine. But office talk or advice, book directly to the office. But if it's personal talk, that's fine. Okay, dear. All right, no problem. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I want to appreciate your time for coming online to watch us with what we're doing on this platform. How to regularize your status is my program on this FB all the time. So, and when you see me on, it's either I come on a hard talk or on a legal talk. Either way, most of my talk will be based on this platform. Anyway, pay on this page, you know. So yes, it will be the how to regularize status is what I am known for in the diaspora, and that's the job I love doing mostly, so that I can enlighten people, I can let them understand what to do and how to go about it before the fourth file. Other than that, the other talk I do is like Oprah Winfrey, you know, what we call talk show, where I put in a topic and I said people should chip in and get themselves involved in what is going on happening in the world, especially in the society where we are in the United Kingdom. But I want to say thank you again to all of you that were at the ceremony on Saturday. I want to say thank you. There can never be one without you guys there to embrace the occasion with my father. So I want to say I love you guys and I cannot love you less. A quick badun. Thank you so much. All of you, Adiola, Yinka, Shegun, Bola Kini, Bola Kiji, Akirile, Lati, Abdul, all of you, you enjoy yourself, you had a good time. And many names that I cannot remember. Miss Faruri, JP, thank you, all of you. God will continue to embrace you. You will live long and grow older than my father's age. We will all live long and grow older than that age. Inshallah, in Jesus' name. Can't love you guys less. I appreciate your coming. Thank you so much. To anyone that want to call office and go and get your appointment in the office, 0208 309 8808. I will not be available to take any phone call anymore today. 0208 309 8808. That is the number you have to call to get your appointment. 0208 309 8808. 07908 628240. Either of the number. Book your appointment, but I will not pick up your call anymore today because I have work to do on ground. I cannot love you guys less. Take care for now. Bye for now. Amen. Bless.